I want to bring Ben Stein into this mix right now. He's a former speechwriter for President Nixon, author of the Capitalist Code, among other things. And Ben, what's happening now is there is a move afoot here not to just let another school shooting go by unaddressed, and that this time might be different in that it's kids getting directly involved. First of all, what do you think of that? And what do you think of their message? Because most of those kids, at least, want to do something about banning, let's say, guns like the AR-15.
I think it's a damn good idea to ban the AR-15. AR-15 is a weapon. It's extremely seductive. It looks like a weapon of war. It makes a person who's a big nerd be able to go into a gun shop, buy it, come out feeling like he's Rambo. There's no reason to have it. It's not an ideal target shooting weapon. It's not an ideal hunting weapon. It's not an ideal home defense weapon. It's just a weapon that is to take people into the realm of fantasy, and then some of those people are deluded, and they'll take it into the realm of reality. And take that, the AR-15 and its many, many, many cousins, and mix them up with violent video games, and you got a recipe for disaster. And the disasters have happened too many times now. It doesn't work. I'm a big Second Amendment guy. I've probably got as many guns as all your other economists put together, but the Second Amendment is not to have military-style weapons in the hands of civilians.
All right, now there'll be many of those who are advocates of, the Second Amendment and concerned that as soon as you start taking one gun away, it's a matter of time before you take others away, and it's a slippery slope, you say?
I say to that, it's a camel's nose going under the tent. But what I'm saying is, look, we banned machine guns in the period from 1934 to 36. It did not lead to taking away all weapons. There is some reasonableness on the part of representatives and members of the government, some, not a lot, but some, and they are not going to take away all weapons. People want weapons. People need weapons. It's very important that a big, fat, old, nerdy guy like me be able to have a weapon on his nightstand next to him in case some strong young guy comes in and wants to take away all my copies of my books about economics. And it's very, very, very important that people have home defense weapons. It's very important that people who are target shooters, hunters, have access to weapons. Nobody needs a gun that looks like a gun out of a war movie. Nobody needs that in America.
By the way, this big fat and old thing, you're not big and fat. Let me finally, I did want to get on how the president handles this, because he's going to have some people whose nerves are pretty raw in that room, and I don't know how these individuals were selected, but, they're upset. They're very, very upset, and some might get in his face. Now, we don't know that, but it's possible, and when people are upset, they say things. How do you advise him?
I'm not worried about him. I'm not worried about him. He can handle himself. He is the one guy, only Nixon could go to China because everybody knew he was anti-communist. Only Trump can ban the AR-15 because everyone knows he's pro-Second Amendment. He's not going to be pushed around by the wimpy guys in think tank offices on K Street in Washington, D.C. He is the one guy who can take away the AR-15 and its cousins. And believe me, there's still going to be plenty of great weapons out there. There'll be plenty of great gun stores out there. I'm a huge fan of gun stores. I love being in gun stores. As I say, I have an awful lot of guns. I just don't think we need a weapon that says to the person buying it, please use me to kill people.
Ben, much has been made from privacy advocates and the like who say, be careful what you wish for when you want to better screen those who might have access to guns, or put out there for all to know what medications they're taking, either for activity disorders or a host of other ailments, because they have a scarlet letter on them, and all of a sudden they're ostracized all the more. What do you think of that?
I think that there's already such an enormous infringement on privacy in so many ways that this is just another pinprick, and it is not very important. Look, we're seeing something really stunning happen. Our schools are becoming slaughterhouses. That is an outrage in a society as wonderful as the United States of America. This is the best country in the entire world by a million miles, the best thing God ever made among human societies. We can accept a little tiny bit of an infringement on privacy in order to keep these massacres from happening again. And by the way, I would not only stop manufacturing these AR-15s, I would stop selling them. I would say to the people who have them, you can keep them in your closet as a souvenir, but let's not have any more sales of them let's just call it quits on the assault rifles. You've had your fun. Now let's call it quits.
All right, I can't repeat some of the emails I'm getting about you right now.
And it ain't fun, by the way, to kill people. It ain't fun to kill people. It ain't fun to send your children off to school.
You raise a good point. But these are heated times. All right, Ben Stein, thank you very much.
God bless you, Neil.
Same here, my friend. We are still waiting to hear from the president in this listening session of the White House. Ahead of that, let's go to Fox News correspondent Rich Edson.